रिमोट सेंटर स्प्लिट टू विंडो दोबारा से कर लीजिए, डेस्कटॉप शेयरिंग स्टार्ट होगी। आपने क्या आईपी दिया था? उसमें आईपी का दिया आपने मशीन का फायरवॉल ऑफ कर दीजिए एक बार। यहाँ आपको आ रहा है यहाँ पर। Now you can see our domain is ready and lot of options are there. And if you want to create the user, we cannot create from the control panel. Now if we go to the control panel and if we click on the users and if we say here turn users account control on or off, manage user accounts. So if you want to add student, so it will ask for the domain. Which domain? So it will not make a local user here. So for that, either we can go from this wizard or we can create from here. So one account you can see administrator here, Active Directory users and computers. Even you can control the PCs. We want now we have two options. Option number one. Now I want Bhupender to be controlled. If he sits on any machine on this network, he should not be able to access control panel. He should not be access his pen drive and one thing. Another option is that any user who sit on this machine should not access the control panel and pen drives and whatever policy does. So we can control PC as well as users. So we create the Active Directory users. He will go here and whatever the users were there earlier, non-domain, they become the domain users. Here you can see users. So here you can see student one, it will become a domain user. We will create here, we will create a new computer group entity, we will create user student 2. Now Bhupender is very hard worker and he sits from morning till evening. But our policy is that his other students are not getting chance because of Bhupender. So what we can do, we can control his timings. If we say him don't sit or he may follow, he may not follow. So we can control from here. So we want Bhupender should sit on these labs only on Tuesday, Wednesday in between 10 to 4. That also we can control from here, which is not possible otherwise. So you can see that login on student 2, some password, complex password. And if you want to make, then we have to disable that policy. Next, finish. And if you go to the student, here there is an account, profile, telephone, organization, environment, remote control, everything. So here we can see here account. We can even set quota that he should access only 2 GB, 3 GB from this. We say here login hours. So by default he can sit on all login permitted is there. Now I want he should sit only on Tuesday and Wednesday. So first we'll say login denied for all. We'll select all. So now he will not be able to log in. Login denied. White means login denied. Now I want he should log in between on Tuesday and Wednesday in between 10 to 4. Select that as 6 to or whatever time is selection and login permitted. So he can log in only on these days. But if we have 100 users, so this is a tedious task. So we will put in a group and put that policy in the group. Student 1 group, 2 group, and like that, and so on. So this is the one thing. Now we'll start directly with the policies, and that will be applicable to all the users. That is the crest of this domain server. Now to make the domain policy in Windows 2003, you have to go to the Active Directory users and groups. There is a group policies there inside that. But in 2008, they have made this here as a group policy management. So in 2003, you have to go to the Active Directory users and groups. There the policy is there. But in 2008, the policy is under group policy management. Group policy management. Open this. Now it's asking for the Netgear.com. So here, default domain policy. We'll do edit. Right click and edit. Now what we want to do? So we want to control computer or we want to control users. So we want to control users. What we want to make software settings, Windows settings, or administrative templates. So under Windows settings, folder redirection, security settings are there, admin templates, control panel. So what we want to do under control panel? We want to hide specific icons, or we want that they should prohibit access to the control panel. So both options are there. We want students should not access the internet during teaching hours. So teaching hours, let's say a session is there in between 9 to 5. So what we can do there, from here we can disable the browser. So when browsers will not be, we make invisible. All browsers make invisible. So when browser will not be there, they will not be able to access internet directly. Second option is that whatever user is browsing, we want to see what they have browsed. So what they normally do, they clear their history. So we can, while without going to those machines, we can make that history as a disable. So they will not be access the history. So this is the advantage of making domain networking. In peer-to-peer, we have to go on all machines and put the policies, and that policy will be applicable to all. But from here, this policy will be applicable to the student, not to the faculty members. So when faculty log in, browser will appear, and when students will sit or they will log in, browsers will be invisible, or certain things we can control. Similarly, from the control, we can hide specified control panel items or prohibit access to the control panel. So we have, I think, another 10 or 15 minutes, so we'll see the important things. So what we have to do, click on this and make it enable, that's all. Everything is GUI based. You have to see, select that and say enable disable. Policies now, here you can see enabled. Now from the desktop, we want to hide Internet Explorer icon. So how to do, enable it. We want to remove the desktop, clean, hide the disable all items on the desktop, all items. So we'll say enable. So once they log in, it will disable. Remove properties, remove recycle bin. Remove recycle bin. Remove properties, remove run somewhere maybe there. Now on the start menu. Under start menu, we want they should not log off, they should not shut down, they should not use run, they should not use search. Because there may be chances you have set some question paper. So they will go to the search and search for the start.doc file, start.ppt file. So that also we can enable disable. We can also control here, if they access a pen drive, they should not, they can only copy the content from pen drive to system, but they cannot copy from vice versa. That also we can control from this. So you can see there are so many policies are there and so easy to manage by anyone. So here you can see remove, add log off, remove log off, remove help menu from the menu, remove all programs from the start menu, remove network connection from the start menu. Somewhere you can see run, hide the notification area. Even they cannot change the date of the system, so that is also possible. Remove clock from the system notification area, so now clock will not be visible. Remove the run command, because under run there are certain like registry edit is there, ms config is there, window config is there, so many, so we want to remove the run command. So run will not be enabled. Remove log off, they should not log off. There is another thing, when they press the control and delete, it go to the task manager. So the task manager, they can change password, they can see many things. That also we can control. And from system point of view, all settings, if you click on all settings, same one can do under preference. So in the same way we can apply any policy. So first we'll see how to make it enable on client side. Is it clear? In the same way we can do so many things. We can restrict users, restrict site zone, restricted templates, RIP routing, etc. etc. So many things are there. Remove file menu from the start of Windows Explorer. All these things can be done. Turn off all these things. So many options are there. Now after apply this, we'll go to the client side. Server side is clear. Any question, query? So what we have done, we have installed Windows Server. In that we run one command, dcpromo, and put our domain. Then